now. Right, that's when we'll ask that question. How are you doing?
I'm alright, mate. Fucking, how are you?
Up until about 15 seconds ago, livid. Like,
Livid. Why?
it's just one of those days, mate. One of
Because
those
the sun's
days.
blinding you again through the window. It doesn't
No,
actually look too bad right
no, it's
now, but
pissing. It's pissing down. It's grey.
is it?
It's grey like my
It
soul.
looks very bright here.
Nah, I've got
Brighter than what I've got in here, anyway.
I've got the lamp on, Anna, for some sort of
Oh,
to illuminate this face, to try and spread
yeah.
some sort of sunshine on the situation. Fucking hell, man. Yeah, fuck it, you can hear me rant about this. Like, yeah, do you know what it
Go
is,
on,
mate?
hear off your chest.
I've realised I'm living in like a 4x4 foot fucking square, because my entire life is in my bedroom, and by my life I mean everything that I had to empty from the studio. And like for the first, I don't know what month or two that it's been, I was like, do you know what? It's fine. Doesn't matter. It's all good. Like I've got a few extra boxes. It's fine. It won't mean anything. But today, when like I fucking try to hoover and clean shit up and give me basically I'm having a manic period. I can tell, because
Ah,
I've gone from putting loads of shit off and not doing anything for ages to not sleeping at all and just doing fucking everything all of the time and getting pissed off by it all equally. And today it was the hoovering. And today my headset started to break yesterday. Today it's beyond repair. I got the super glue out to have a go, and then the super glue didn't stick the first time, so I thought I could try again, but by the time I was halfway through that thought, I'd already thrown it off the wall. So that's fucked, which is why we're 3 minutes late, because it wasn't until 5 minutes ago that I realised I need a pair of headphones to be able to fucking hear you and not hear myself back through a microphone again. So shout out to me still having some iPhone headphones from an iPhone 6, so they've still got a jack instead of the automatic adapter on them. Fucking, that's a belter. That's that's the technology hoarder in me just paying off.
well, we're all technology hoarders, aren't we? Everyone's got that box of wires where you're like, if I left this in my car, I'd probably get arrested if someone looked through the window and they see I've left this car parked in a tunnel or an enclosed car park.
With a shitload of
You can't ever
fuses,
take it out
wires.
your house because you just scare people with it.
Nah, but there will be one day you will buy, for some reason, I don't know, maybe you want to relive the old family VHS, and you crack it out and you realise that it's this time that you needed some sort of VHS to USB-C, to USB-C somehow, I don't know how, like that you needed that very lead, and gathering dust right at the back next to a pack of matches that you once got from a bar in Tenerife, that you thought, you know what, I'll keep those matches. It's got a camel on and he's smoking a cigarette in a I don't know, he's got a nice purple suit on in a jazz bar. That's a jazzy pack of matches. Redundant technology, but one day when the apocalypse comes, I might need to light a candle with those matches. I've got no candles, but my lass is selling soy wax melts for a living, so I fucking should have.
Oh,
No,
how's she going with him?
not my lass. This was a scenario.
Fair.
No, my
So you can
no,
plug for her, you give her
no,
a little plug.
my
Give the
girlfriend
fake
works.
one a plug. Yeah, someone will do well here
Here.
off the back of this.
Someone buy some fucking soy wax melts off our Cindy, off the estate. She's selling 15 for a fucking tenner. She'll rip up some tissue paper and put it in a cardboard box. She might even stick one of those little fucking sparkly bows that you get on Christmas presents on the top, and then she'll put some sort of affirmation. Right, here's another thing as well, right? Fuck affirmation cards. I didn't know they existed until like the last 2 weeks, and
I don't know what that is.
do you know? Right,
You're really shouting at me, but I don't have a fucking clue here.
do you want me to fucking inform you of right, an affirmation card? And people, what this is, it angers us deeply twofold. One, that people require this product in their lives and feel that they require this product in their lives and better themselves with it. And two, that people make fucking money off this. People, right, an affirmation card. Imagine a deck of cards, right? You got like
Yeah.
50 cards. I don't know how many they probably sell them in. They probably sell them like
52 and
fucking.
a pack of, a couple of jokers, and
Yeah,
then you've
yeah.
got
But I don't. No,
the
I
one
don't
that
mean that.
tells you how to play.
I don't mean that. I don't mean that. I
Oh,
was gonna go. I don't know how many cards come in a pack of Pokemon cards nowadays, but I reckon they sell
about
them.
12.
Yeah, I reckon they sell them in packs of like they would with Pokemon cards because they're fucking money robbing cunts that are feeding off people's fucking
Nothing
depression
against
and
Pokemon cards.
No, no,
If I made money, mate, I'd happily burn my money on them.
no, no.
Happily. I'll do nothing with them. But
Whoa! I've still got a perfect set of like weird Japanese Pokemon cards up in the attic
Lovely.
that I've never touched. Like, I know,
very
mate.
nice.
The only thing is I heard something in the attic the other day that could have possibly been a mouse, and if so, those could have quite easily been turned into a bed by now. So that's something to worry about. And there's another thing that's going to anger us. But affirmation cards, right? Imagine a pack of cards, but each one has a message like, "You are worthy, you matter." Yesterday's issues shouldn't taint the prosperity of today. I don't know. I made that up. See,
Of course it should.
But that's what affirmation cards are. They're little cards. Some little.
Right.
They're usually got pastel color because pastel color is really neutral, and people are like, oh, it's calming. So like maybe a pastel brown or a pastel blue.
And it can be read by dyslexics, can't it? So it widens the market there.
What if you have a backing in pastel? Does that help?
Sure.
Does it?
Yeah. Isn't that why they used to give the dyslexic kids at school them weird, coloured filters to put over the paper to stop the letters dancing around?
I genuinely had no idea about that. Something's just fell off the wall. It can fucking stay off the floor. It's going to get added to the list of anger. But an affirmation card, little pastel coloured background, maybe a nice teal, something very inoffensive, and then in like a nice Arial bold or something like that. Again, a very inoffensive but plain font. It'll be just positive messages that you just sat at your desk and you're like, oh, I'm just sat in the middle of this 3 days into a 5-day 12-hour shift in this office, and for some reason I'm feeling down. And I mean, it can't be the fact that I'm stuck in this absolute corporate capitalist hellhole where I literally survive to make money and then that's it. It couldn't possibly be that. It must be because I've got low self-worth because of something else. So what I'll do is I will make myself feel better by reading this message from a card, from a piece of paper, written to me by someone who has put no sincerity in that message. They're making a tenner a fucking deck of cards, you absolute mugs. And that makes you somehow feel better about yourself. Fucking here.
Although sometimes you do just need a stranger to tell you, it was just a fart, kind of thing,
No, that's the sort of right. Here's a market. There's the next fucking new truth-seeking merch. We're gonna do not what can we call them? They're not affirmation cards.
Confirmation cards.
Yeah. You did hit that dog with your car doing 17. You didn't stop to pick it up. You don't. Yeah, we remember when you nicked that tenner out your mum's drawer, and just
When you
loads.
used to look under the plant pots in the box room and be like, oh, this has been here for a while. She's forgotten about this one.
That's what we need to. Yeah, I'm happy to do that. We need to counteract
guilt things. Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll charge less because that.
Yeah,
This is
undercut them.
And
we'll catch the idiots who think they're affirmation cards.
That's a fucking great market. Well, you say that, mate. I think personally, anyone buying affirmation cards is a fucking idiot. Just because.
Don't insult your market, Jimmy.
That's what they need. You control the market. You don't let the market control you. The customer isn't always right. You create the customer. And I'm telling them right now that that's not where you need to seek your self-worth from. Is like how on one side I think it's quite narcissistic that you're like I might constantly need to read these positive things about myself because I need to feed that, and part of it is things like if you genuinely are at that point where you need that sort of affirmation in your life, you shouldn't be getting it from a bit of fucking paper that someone's charged you for. You know what I mean? Like, how fucking empty and shallow is it? Like, it's literally.
Or how
like,
good is the marketing of the people selling these affirmation cards?
this
I
is
bet
where I
they're
was
the
going,
same
mate.
sort of people as Cindy, fucking selling the soy wax melts, mate. I bet it's the
She's
same people.
oh, yeah.
And the same people that used to do like Tupperware clubs, candle parties, where you go there and, everyone's like, look at this candle, sniff this candle. Oh, yeah, that's a good candle. How big is it? Oh, it's fucking weighs 5 kilos. 60 quid for that candle there.
So there's like, I don't know if you'll know about them, but there's such things that you can get them online. They're called like fraud books, basically. You get them on the dark web and shit like that.
Like, I was going to guess it's a checkbook with someone else's details in.
Nah. It's like, the Anarchist Cookbook is a collection of things that you can just fucking make to destroy shit. Well, the fraud books are like guides on how to commit certain fraud, whether it's PayPal fraud or Cash App fraud or like buying shit on StockX, selling it on and like conning people that way. But what if Tupperware parties, because they were the first, without a doubt. We've gone over this several times. We've mate.
I have no memory for any of these. For anything.
Tupperware.
This could be the same show every week for all I know. Honestly.
What do you mean every week? This is the first. But Tupperware, we've brought up Tupperware parties quite often, mate. They're a running theme, and one that we've discussed in detail as being part of the fucking secret societies. And I think
this is how you know it's natural. We don't write this.
as if they hadn't guessed already.
This is our actual paranoia at work here.
Yeah, this is real deep-seated issues in play, like live on air. Enjoy it while it lasts. They don't let you do this when you're locked in the asylums. But I reckon. Do you reckon Tupperware parties were the sort of the fraud books and the anarchist cookbooks of their times, and they gathered all? Because let's be honest, like you've said, the people who do Tupperware, soy wax melts, affirmation cards, palm readings, you lot can get fucked as well.
I don't know though. Some people seem to believe that's an actual real thing, and I think there could be a chance that could be a real thing. Not in the sense where you can read someone's fortune, but where you can tell parts about a person's body through it. But I think then there's an awful lot of people that have jumped on that and gone, yeah, let's do this and try and make some money from it, or wear a headscarf and buy some fake skulls and a couple of candles and throw these blackout blinds up on the windows and invite strangers into my house. But I do think there might be something to palmistry somewhere along the line.
I specifically said palm readings though, and that's the precise. I haven't delved into whether you can tell certain physiological things or health issues, perhaps. Like, I don't believe in it to the extent where you can tell someone's future. You can tell, like, if they're going to be prosperous, if they're going to have, like, a good partner.
If you're charging them for it, you can tell if they're going to be prosperous, because if you're charging someone for a palm reading, you've got an idea that they're probably gullible and easily parting with the money. So there could be a truth to it in that regard.
But this is it though. I reckon
psychology.
All of the people who do these, they're copying the Tupperware handbook. I think Tupperware started all of
it, Jimmy.
They started the hustle of fucking stay-at-home mums just raking in the coin, basically selling drugs without selling drugs. What they've done is they've taken the buzz out of, like, the drug game, and I mean the buzz for the end user, not for people along the business chain. I mean, like, soy wax candles, that's a low buzz. Like, I wouldn't pay for that. It's not even like speed. Affirmation cards, I'm guessing, are basically like the depressed office worker's cocaine. Like, you just have a little, I'm feeling really low after doing all those Excel spreadsheets, and it can't be the fact that I'm stuck in a job and I should probably look to go elsewhere. It's got to be because I'm just low, just need to feel better about my life. So let's
That's the noise of him ripping open the packet, guys.
Every day starts with a sunrise. It's fantastic. Let's go back to work now. Yeah, fuck affirmation cards. This week's about marketing. Well, we've dabbled in that so far. I think we've actually been a little bit on brand. Boom.
You missed my one before. So that you just see straight through it. Oh, you just ignored it. What a cunt.
No, I didn't. What I did, mate, was like a technique, like carrying it on. So as if the audience like, oh, we don't even get to catch that one. Like, oh, there's another one might be coming. But it's all right.
Yeah, this is all part of the magic as well, guys. Explain it to you.
Oh, this is meta.
We've got to pad the hour, guys, as well.
Wait, we could actually, mate. It could be a little bit longer than an hour because Chod's not on yet again. But advertising, and I'll tell you. Well, I'll tell you why. And me and Jamie were watching Gogglebox on 4OD at the weekend. I honestly, it's the best program for social engineering research you ever seen in your life. Like, it's fucking hilarious, but it's just a brilliant snapshot at exactly how the nation is.
I think it's more of an indication of how people think they should act in front of other people. From the majority of the people on there.
Some of it is, but you can tell the real from the people putting on a show.
Yeah.
It doesn't, and it's
most, I'd say, yeah.
Well, you can tell the difference, 100%. Like, you can. But during this, an advert for Wrigley's Extra came on during the advert, which fuck off 4OD for having adverts on your fucking player. Like, don't want to see. I've got ad blocker. Why can't it block your adverts? Fuck you with your better technology to get round my ad blocker. Like, touche. But an advert for Wrigley's Extra came up, and when was the last time you saw an advert for chewing gum? Like, it's not been for ages. You don't really have to advertise chewing gum.
Big Five or something, I think it was it?
Yeah.
Where the guy's skydiving.
Big Five and Airwaves when Airwaves came out. And that's the thing, like, it's only when new chewing gums come out. Now, this wasn't even advertising new chewing gum. This was advertising existing chewing gum. And the theory is, well, not the theory, my conclusion is that for the past year, no one's had to worry about their breath. Like, everyone's either been in the house or it's been hidden behind a mask. So no one's been buying gum. Like, no one's had, or even more likely is no one's had to work next to a mate who they know has bad breath, because they're the ones who buy the gum. It's rarely the people with the bad breath who buy the gum. It's usually the people who are around the bad breath who buy the gum. You see that in call centres. You see usually lasses being like, actually not lasses, stereotypically mum types, like suggesting chewing gum to people nicely. You're like, well, that's one message there. And I think that because that hasn't happened for a year, Wrigley's are on their arse. And that's
Do you reckon it's got anything to do with less people going out, though, and that? Less Mandy and that?
Yeah. Definitely that plays a part of it. 100% that plays a part of it. No festivals.
Because that's going to be where there's a lot of, like, what? Bottled water sales and fucking chewing gum.
Bottled water and chewy. And don't know why lollipops, like they give lollipops out at the end of the night. Actually, I do know why.
The people in the toilets give you them.
The ones with the
blokes that are in the toilets.
The ones with the 100% genuine Armani aftershave.
Yeah, them guys.
The ones who try to put the soap on your hands before you've even got to the sink. You're like, whoa.
Before you've had a piss, it's like, sorry.
No, it's like, mate, I've still got a bump on my hand there. Don't you fucking wash that away. I haven't put that up my nose yet. Whoa, chill out. One for yourself, sir. But hey, they've got to apply their trade. Fair to them. They've always got good rhymes. They've always got good crack.
Do they work there, or do they just turn up early and hang around in the bathroom?
They turn up early. Then it's not that they sort of work there. It's like almost agreed. Like, here, we'll just leave you alone.
Is that what it is? Yeah, I wasn't sure if they were hired in or what.
Nah, man. Like,
it's always the same guy in the same ones.
Well, I've done obviously over the years like nights at like quite like loads of different clubs, and you see like They do just turn up. They're not on books, mate. They're not getting a wage. Like that's a bloke comes in at the start with a hold all, like, or a big coat, and like everything. Just you go down the toilet. Next time you've gone down for a piss while things are setting up, he's just unloading everything on the sink, taking up like half the sink area, which is also a great marketing ploy. Like the more of the sink he takes up, it's harder for you to get away from him.
Yeah.
It's a fucking corner.
And if when he opens them Chubba Chubs for you as well, and passes it into your hand, and he's like, it's yours now. Now, what do you mean it's mine now? It's just had your hands on it, and we're in a bathroom, bro. You can keep that, mate.
Yeah, I don't want any chewing gum that's been exposed in a club bathroom area.
No,
like that's
it's always shocked me that that's where people decide to take drugs in a club.
I mean, mate, let's be honest. How did most of those drugs get into the country in the first place?
True.
Exactly, and they're still going up, still going down down your throat or up your nose. So at this point, sniffing them in a toilet is really the last of your worries. The bouncer popping his head over the top's the fucking most prior of your worries. Although to be fair, in one of the clubs we used to be resident in, like, if you weren't like playing there or you weren't known, obviously you get thrown out. But the amount of times like loads of us got caught who were actually part of the night, and they pop their heads over and go, "Fuck's sake, lads, use the staff one," or something. like, oh shit, sorry mate, like apologies. Oh fuck, you won't catch us next time. Haha, jump one. Marketing. That was the topic, and then after that, drew a blank. But then, while getting angry at shit today, I've had these play in the background. I've actually got like quite a bit of shit. What have you found?
I haven't found much, mate. I've tried and tried, but this was a hard one for me to focus and give attention to, because I'm fucked, mate. I'm knackered, but not because of that. I won't keep it on a personal thing. Purely because there's no aliens, there's no monsters, there's no ghosts. It doesn't grip my attention, mate. It doesn't. I tried, but I just not. If there's not something in it for me, I can't focus on it. Which brings me to my first point that I wanted to make, and I wanted to raise. You know, if we speak all professionally, you know, like this is a proper debate. How did kids, right? When I was a kid, and I assume when you would have been a slightly older kid when it happened, but still a child. How did people know about that first Harry Potter book, and why was it so big, mate? Because I didn't know about that at all until like the third one, but everyone else seemed to know about it. Like, where did that come from?
Well, I had it, and I don't know if... I think I knew about it.
So how did you know about it?
Do you remember school book fairs?
Yeah. I just used to go for the factual corner, though.
No, I don't think I saw it at the book fair, but I think it was talked about at the book fair, as if that was like going to be a book that was upcoming, that was meant to be like going to be a great kids book.
People talk about stuff like that at our book fairs.
I think we got given like didn't you get given like a leaflet or something
for a quid, where they give you a quid on one of the books, and they've marked all the books up anyway, so it don't matter. No. And then you were forced to go in there 15 minutes before the end of the day. Your parents would have to come to the school early and stand with you in the hall while you look around at these books, and most people had to leave with one. I'd just leave with something about dinosaurs or something.
Yeah,
or aliens.
Without every time I'd get horrible histories.
See, I never went for that. Mate. I don't think I read. Was it Horrid Henry or something? I don't think I read them till I was about 14 or 15.
Don't think I read Horrid Henry.
Late bloomer we reading.
I read Goosebumps as well.
See, I never read that. I never read anything, mate.
What?
Never read anything.
Goosebumps was right up your street as well. It's ghosts and shit. Like, and they even remade some of it into I think they made it into a telly program. Yeah, they made it into a series. And
I remember the TV show.
Yeah.
I just never read books.
Books were miles better. But
Captain Underpants, I remember reading that.
Yes,
again when I was about 14 or 15 though. Late, like it was just, I didn't really know of books. I know it sounds dumb.
No, not really.
I just didn't. I thought it's like almost like they didn't exist, and then all of a sudden it was like people would be reading. I'd be like, "Why'd you read, you fucking gimp?" And they'd be like, "What do you mean, gimp? Can you even read?" I'd be like, "Of course I can read." Like, why don't you read? Like, 'cause it's boring, mate. It's all just the fucking stuff about science, and I don't understand it. I don't think it's real. They'd be like, There's storybooks, and then I started reading storybooks that had bright pictures in, children's books basically. As like a late
And that
teen.
was 3 weeks ago, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Look how far
yeah,
he's
yeah.
come now. Look how far
I
he's
got through
come
the
now.
full box set in a night, guys.
Well, there might not be many. There could be aliens involved. Depends how far you're willing to go down the rabbit hole. But there's a lot of not just in like there's a lot of fucking dark shit like involved, especially like the promotion of the KKK. The sort of existence of the not the existence, but the success of the KKK came down to like that is a mouthful. The KKK came down to clever PR work and clever marketing. I was watching.
They opened it up, didn't they? In a weird sort of way by closing it off more.
Yeah, and
like a revolving door of racism.
And they opened like they basically widened the horizons to be like, right, well, we're not only hating black people, we're hating black people and Jews and Bolsheviks, any sort of communists, and they sort of just went, we're gonna who do y'all not like, right? We're all gonna hate all of those, anyone that's not sort of us. But yeah, it was done by.
You just know there was a guy at every weekly meeting all over America. Oh, you frozen, and I thought you'd stop talking, bro.
No, I was trying to remember the fucking name of the PR company. I couldn't remember the bloody name. Here we go, there we go. This is
Mary, wasn't it? Mary and someone else.
Tyler and Clark and the Southern Publicity Association. PR company that just provided like sort of positive spin and painted them as being the united for the South and all this shit, and gonna be the sort of voice of the people, and and just gonna be for the white American man. And
did they have any ties to timber salesmen, timber yards, and not?
What, for crosses and shit?
Yeah.
The local pillowcase making factories. No doubt, yeah. Probably.
I think they would.
But some of the shit that you that I did pick up on the way, little hypotheses and little here we go, terms basically, mate. Interesting terms. And I was looking at the sort of relation between conspiracists and like why we accept conspiracy theory, or why people would have a leaning towards conspiracy theory. Now, where is it? Is it the first one? Illusionary part? No, here we go. Yeah, adaptive conspiracism hypothesis. And this is right that it's better. Human psyche says it's better to be scared of something and that thing not to be real than to not be scared of something and then that thing be real. The woman, when she was breaking it down, used an analogy of imagine if you're walking through a wood, and you think you see a snake, and you like act as if it's a snake. You go around it, take a wide berth, and it turns out it's a stick. Now that was fine, but it's better that you took that risk than if you walked along the wood and went. You walk along this forest and you went, all right, that's just a stick on the floor. You walked over it, it's a fucking snake and it bites you. So the sort of subliminally protective side of ourselves is more likely to lean towards conspiracy, because even if it's an empty threat, it's better to be aware of an empty threat than to not be aware of a genuine threat. Also, that it's certain sorts of people who are more likely to be prone to conspiracy, depressives being one, people with an excess amount of dopamine, like higher levels of dopamine, which is like the happiness. Well, serotonin.
Yeah, so it's either end of that spectrum then, really.
Well, yeah, basically.
Makes it seem like it's more of a circle. Really, doesn't it?
A little bit. A cycle more than anything else, But that was one, and then the other part of this. So where was this that followed on afterwards? You just do some filler for a little bit while
I would hypothesize that maybe people on the spectrum as well, because they would have a desire to understand.
Yeah, 100%.
And if it can help with an understanding, And there's a kind of a collecting thing going on with conspiracy, isn't there? Because you can be like, oh, you've got this, but have you heard this? It links to this, and
Yeah,
that
you can
links to that.
stack it. You can stack it and
Yeah,
make connections, and I think I mean, it's something that you definitely
one of the
see
reasons
with
I
people.
like it so much.
Yeah, and I think it's possibly the reasons why I'm interested in it so much. But like, I've come to a point where I'm very skeptical and cynical of it. Like, it's not that I never was. But I was definitely more open to certain theories being truthful than I am now.
Oh.
But the ones that I am now, I'm probably more not certain of, but more like convinced of because of experience. Like, it's from growing up with them. There are many that I've cast aside because I've grown up and been like, right, now my life experience and knowledge I've gained and whatever people I've spoke to has made us think that's fucking bollocks. But equally, there's a few that I've been like, well, that makes sense now. And like
the
growing up
lizard
since
people and Bigfoot.
mate, the
Like,
lizard
they make
people,
sense
they
because
make.
why wouldn't they?
Why wouldn't the lizard
Not
people
like
make
they're
sense?
in control, but why wouldn't there be something else that's like a human from somewhere else, or clever?
Yeah, that wasn't the one I was going to immediately jump to, but yeah, completely, yeah. Well, no, things like, I mean, crop circles is one, but no, not crop circles, thingy fucking chemtrails is one. Yeah, but not in this, but it's, my understanding that now is completely different. It's not that every plane that's going through in the sky that you ever see any sort of trail from, which is vapour, is chemtrails, but I do understand now that like weather seeding's gone on for years, and that's like that's not just conspiracy, that's declassified information and been like admitted. That is an interpretation of chemtrails. So like some of the information I've seen along the years that's what that's been attributed to. So now I know that to be true, but I don't believe in chemtrails as a whole. That's again people who are buying into fucking any side of something to the ultimate degree.
But that's what's interesting, though. I find that interesting there about you, because you've gone from being like a full-on like conspiracy theorist there, like, yeah, chemtrails, and then you've had it explained to you by the very people that said chemtrails aren't a thing, don't worry about it. Then they've gone, actually, we call them contrails, but we also do spray aluminium into the air to make it rain in certain parts of the world. And you've gone, oh yeah, all right, yeah, that explains that away, but that makes it better, rather than going like, well, why were they keeping it a secret in the first place?
It wasn't
like,
really
why
a secret for a long time.
Bit, though?
But it wasn't really a secret. Well, the reason a lot of things are kept secret for a long time, like declassified information is declassified for like it's classified for a reason. Like as much that's, I know what you're getting at, and it's almost suggesting that I'm buying into the people making excuses for themselves, but I don't see it as that. I see it as applying Occam's razor or something, like the most likely answer making the most sense, and with like my experience of, well, everything that I know, everything that I know and everything that I believe to be true, and the sources that I would sort of take information from. Oh well, no, that's not saying I've got a certain set, but it's my belief in my ability to know when a source is genuine and know when a source isn't, and also the ability to be able to reference multiple sources to make sure these add up. I think that like those make sense. Those answers make sense, and it's not. They don't necessarily come from the people that you would say are in control of the truth. It might come from external sources, but like, yeah, I don't think it's as if I'm going right. Well, the man has explained it, so it's fine. Then I'm going to believe them. It's not as straightforward as that. It's more look at the people that you are believing. If you're like. Look at the people who are pushing forward the conspiracy theory. Are they as reliable? You've got to reply to everyone.
You don't have to reply to everyone.
I said apply it to everyone.
Oh, I'm going to say, I thought you meant everyone that's coming in with their own theory. You've got to be like, oh.
If you're being skeptical of the people that are giving you information that you don't necessarily believe, you've got to be equally as skeptical of the people that are giving you information that you do believe, and you've got to cross-reference them too. And the thing is with a lot of conspiracy theory is you do that and it doesn't add up. chemtrails a lot of time it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense.
Fair enough. If it don't make sense to you, it don't make sense to you. So I've got
it doesn't make sense to me. Like a lot of the times when images are used, they're either out of context or can be provable to be something else, or just like or Photoshop fabricated, whatever. Like a lot of reports are, well, this has happened. Like there's very little proof given. There's a lot of colourful language and like convincing. Well, advertising, marketing. There's a lot of like convincing language put across to make you buy into it. There's also the fact that you can't ever. Well, you realise this over the years. You can't ever argue with a conspiracy theorist because there's never any sort of give. And if you've got to be like that, then becomes religion. And you're more likely to buy into untruths. It's definitely
religion, man. It's definitely a religion.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
You're buying in that sense. You're buying into untruths because you've got a faith in the overall picture. Like, and a lot of it can be picked apart. Yeah. And like we said the other day, like we had a couple of weeks ago, like if like we had the religion versus science sort of fucking discussion that went on for a bit. And it was like, it's going to prove itself right. One side can prove themselves right. If it's wrong, then whatever. But like a lot of the time, the conspiracy world proves itself wrong. And everyone wants to have their own limelight. So they've all got their own views and they're all completely conflicting. And it just waters down any sort of credibility to your argument. Well, I'm getting a blank look there.
We can end the show early, guys. Jimmy no longer believes in conspiracy. Conspiracy Jim is gone. Now we're factual Jim. Next he's going to be telling us that fucking Billy Campbell isn't actually the replacement of Paul McCartney. He's going to be telling us that the Greys aren't robots.
I said conspiracy theorists. I didn't say facts, right? You're speaking just truths now. They're completely different things.
Fuck for that.
We're getting into
fucking... thought we were going to lose the show there.
Yeah, mate. I was thinking like you fucking... I've drawn a blank on every single conspiracy I could ever know. Jews controlling the world. That's what?
That's a deep one to go to from Billy Campbell.
It's also yeah. It's also pretty topical at the moment, given the heat that everyone's got around the Jewish state of Israel and past that. Now, there's some good marketing going on for Israel at the moment. Being able to market the massacre of civilians as some sort of defense. That's great, fantastic. But that's the state of Israel. That's not the Jewish people, which is a very clear distinction to make, because we're not buying into none of that Jewish conspiracy theory. Unlike Mr. Henry Ford, who liked to shot out
mass marketed
loads of those copies of Elders of Protocols of Zion, which also dived into today as being involved in marketing. That was part of the KKK's push as well. They, in their little PR campaigns, obviously it goes without saying. I don't know why I had to bring it up, but they reference it. I mean, they probably couldn't fucking read, let's be honest. KKK in the south of America at that time, probably not the most lingual bunch. That's possibly why they burnt crosses, because they couldn't write their messages on signs. They just thought, we'll just burn the sign. If we burn the sign...
We don't know how to put this into words, and this kind of makes sense to us. They'll get the message, will they? I think. Because I've never really understood what that meant.
What, the burning of the cross?
Symbology behind it.
Yeah, there's probably some sort of fucking Judgment Day thing going on there, or I don't know. All I know is on Red Dead Redemption 2. There's a section where you meet the KKK. There's 2 or 3 bits where you meet random KKK groups, and one of them, the burning cross falls on the congregation of KKK members and sets them alight, and they all go scurrying off on fire. It's rather funny. Weird thing about that is if you then kidnap the Grand Wizard of the KKK, which I did several times, and put them on your back of your horse and ride them through the local town, you still get a bounty. Which I mean, Rockstar, sort your act out. You know what I mean? Like that's racism.
A lot of people believe that the Grand Wizards of local KKK clans were the heads of society of the area, don't they?
Oh, mate, not believe
trying to control.
Not
what
believe
was going on there.
They definitely were. Like it was just another group of it weren't to a degree. Yeah, it would have been just like the local savages who just fucking are horrible people. But a lot of it would have been horrible people, but people of influence who like had a vested interest in making sure that like undesirable people were kept out and that they had some sort of control and had some sort of unity amongst their townsfolk.
How many people got into it just seeing it as a moneymaker rather than like just unscrupulous cunts? Just being like, which would be a fucking good MC name, but wouldn't it though?
Unscrupulous cunts.
Yeah,
that's actually Quentin Tarantino's next film coming out next year. Samuel L. Jackson plays the leader of a biker gang, as you've said, and it's him and Winona Ryder just out, just touring about, and they just shoot shit up. And then there's some sort of shot of Winona Ryder's feet because it's fucking Quentin Tarantino.
And a bit of spit somewhere and that as well.
Upshot from a car boot as well. He loves an upshot from a car boot. Happens in a lot of his films. No. Yeah, well, the from the boot. Yeah.
POV, that doesn't make any sense from the spare tire's point of view.
Subliminal advertising. What's your knowledge of that?
That apparently it doesn't work. That apparently it's a load of shit. I did look into that a while ago because I wanted to see if you could do anything with it. Like just for kind of for fun, but kind of to see if it was a viable option for trying to advertise stuff anyway.
It's not
when
really,
I was at uni. No, it doesn't work apparently.
Doesn't
so much so that they did it on the young ones, and the young ones and BBC were perfectly fine with showing like a can of Coke on there because even they were trying to prove then that they didn't want it to work. But that makes you think then, if they were saying, oh, it doesn't work, and they're not allowed to advertise, they've never been allowed to advertise named brands, does it actually work? And that was the biggest con, because that was a big TV show for counterculture. People were worried about that at the time, and then they've come out and been like, don't work, you put it in this, it's fine, it don't do anything.
And it makes sense that it's probably one of the biggest companies in the world when it comes to advertising as well, that would have got their product on there. We want our product to be advertised on the most elusive station possible. So we're going to get it advertised on the station that you can't get advertised on. And we're going to say that it's because subliminal advertising doesn't work and we're going to prove it. But watch all these cunts start buying Coke tomorrow.
Isn't it? And it's mad, when you think about those subliminal advertising, like buy rats from me, that it's just so strange that it doesn't really do anything. Because you'd think that it really would, because you'd think that people's brains would really want to try and listen to them little bits that they can't quite hear, when they're focusing on it and that. And it's just... that baffles me that your brain isn't trying to fix that issue of the thing that it can't quite hear. Because I remember reading, well, not reading, but it would listen to... I probably did read something, I don't know, because of the noise I'm about to make, I couldn't have read the noise, but the idea that you could have something like a... sort of noise, which is just a word sped up like 8 times.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to have been some form of subliminal advertising, and that you could do it in your sleep as well. But if you could do subliminal advertising in your sleep, I'd fall asleep with YouTube on me. I'd be buying all these fucking weird online courses that it's always advertising to me.
I got a full film as an advertisement, a full Scandinavian film as an advertisement the other day. Because, mate, a combination of this show and the other random shit that I always search on YouTube, it's got to a point, and it's now got to the point where I purposely fuck with it, but I'm trying to fuck my YouTube algorithm as much as physically possible, to just get the most random selection of videos. But what I've also done is made sure that my YouTube, it's not linked with getting adverts from the other sites and things I visit. So the adverts it chucks us are fucking amazing. I've had Indian shaving adverts. They're a good one. I've had quite a few of those. I've had rap videos from various countries. I've had full films. I've had loads of Japanese ones, which is weird. Although it makes sense because I watch a lot of those daft ASMR street food Japanese fucking videos, and they're like making 5,000 different things with a fucking egg and spring onions, and I'll watch every single fucking one of them because they're amazing. That's beautiful work they're doing. They make like the Japanese equivalent of a greasy spoon looks like the cleanest sort of place to eat over here. But yeah, I've completely fucked with it, and it's class seeing what I see now. It's like I've tapped into the ether. Like I've got to the dark web of YouTube, but yeah, I've got the dark web of YouTube adverts. Users just seeing the surface. I'm well underneath. Like,
you're making someone's day as well, mate, because someone's paid for them adverts and they've finally gone, oh, someone's seen the advert.
And they've watched the full
thing
as well.
Seen this. I've just had 40 cents deducted from my account.
Yeah. He was skinning up, so he's actually watched the full thing as well because he couldn't be asked to find the remote and fucking skip advert. Bloody hell. He'll be on again tomorrow. But yeah, subliminal advertising, I went down a shit rabbit. Actually, I went down a shit avenue there, but then it ended up decent. So I went down. It was a Business Insider video as well. Business Insider is like a big fucking publication, and it was trying to suggest that there were subliminal sex messages on the Coke cans, on a palm olive advert.
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen this sort of stuff because it's got the. Like in South Park, where it's the sea comes round and fucks the A in the ass.
Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah,
and the Coke.
Yeah. Need for Speed Underground 2, the cover of that, and this Explosion Skittles, which did have the S from the. It had a Skittles in front of it, so it said Sexplosion Skittles. That was the only one that was blatantly obvious, but it was also like that Skittles is like that on every Skittles packet. It's just unfortunate the text is where it is. However, it led us on to some fucking interesting advertising. We're going to go down a little hole here, which I don't know if you care about or not, but it's about Formula One. Now, Formula One, a couple of things. They've got a big issue with fake advertisers. People advertising for their teams that the product or business or service does not exist. Happens. Yeah, happens a fucking lot as well. So Formula One's like, I think it's the most expensive, expensive sport in the world. Like costs the most to be a part of, but also makes the most amount of money, I believe. Obviously, it costs a fortune to run a Formula One team. Like, millions.
You got to have spares of fucking everything, and they're all expensive people you've paid to do it as well.
Then
you've got the car, the fuel.
Everything is just.
I imagine the prizes are high as well, aren't they?
Yeah. So, first example of this happened to Haas, which is the only American Formula One team. This happened last year. I think it was last year. It might have been the year before. I think it might have been 2019. It would have been 2019. They had an advertiser called. Oh shit! What the fuck's their thing called? Bastard! Can't remember the name of the product, but it was an energy drink. It was an energy drink. Now the energy drink, didn't exist, like at all. This bloke, this William Story, the CEO, they've previously another team, Force India, had dismissed him because they were like, we don't want you sponsoring us because we don't think you've actually got the money to sponsor us, so we're going to refuse you. He arranged a meeting with the Williams Formula One team, and then he just didn't show up for some reason. And then he agreed to deal with Haas. There was no product. There was staff and everything, but the whole business was like just nothing really, just a fraudulent business. Not only that, but they stole their logo from a company called White Bikes, so they sued them as well. And
good advertising for White Bikes, though, I guess.
In it, yeah. Oh, by the way, our logo's been getting put about. Maybe that was them. Yeah. Maybe that's subliminal advertising from them. Maybe White Bikes are like, look, we're not making a lot of money here. So what we're going to do, get someone set up this shell corporation, create a great scandal in Formula One, possibly ruin Haas American F1 team. And as a result, we're going to sell a shitload of bikes. And bikes obviously don't like F1 cars because bikes don't like cars because bikes.
They were trying to dismantle the whole.
Mate, we've uncovered
thing.
Uncovered a situation here that was deeper than we thought. We better get Bernie Eccleston on the phone. Actually, isn't he dead? I don't know if Bernie Eccleston's dead yet. He might not be dead. But we need to get the person who's in charge of Formula 1 on the phone and tell them that they're in deep trouble. However, it's not the first time this has happened. In 1999, a Nigerian prince, obviously, Prince Malik.
Money to burn.
Yeah, he wanted to fund Arrows. Now, Arrows were on the brink of fucking death at the time, and they really needed the money for the season. He was funding them for $125 million to have his brand T- all over the car. Front half of the car was painted in what the fuck's the oil called? Oil. Ren.
Crude oil?
No. The fucking name. The name, man.
2-stroke. 4-stroke.
No, brand of oil. They used that, or brand that sponsored Arrows. Fuck. I'll remember this. Arrows.
Well, while you're looking that up, this sounds very, very similar to the storyline of an anime I watched a few months ago.
Oh, go on.
Which is weird. Just basically a guy who was a prince looked to be from sort of, I would guess from the way they had him dressed on it, Saudi way, but with it being a Japanese anime, that could be literally anywhere in the Middle East.
Yep.
They were running like this. His son, his younger brother or something, was the best at the sport, and the pair of them had just bought this new company that was failing, and that's what he did was he used these sporting events. I think it was something to do with flying planes. And they would use these sporting events to bring these companies back, make them look huge, and then when the company looks great and is all over the news because they were rigged events, so it would win and it would be all over the papers. Then they'd sell it for a fortune, even though the company had been stripped and was worthless.
Yeah, that
was
sounds
like some detective kind of anime.
That sounds about right. But the name of the brand I was thinking of was Repsol. Which is they make oil. Well, anyway, the front half of the car was Repsol. The back half of the car was this black, just all black with this T- logo. T- again, it was meant to be an energy. It was a brand, so it wasn't just a product, but it was a brand that they were supposed to produce energy drinks. They're also supposed to make motorcycles, I believe. They didn't exist. It wasn't real. This bloke, this Prince Malik, fucked Arrows. And as a result of this, that was the chief issue, and there were a couple of issues. It caused the end of the Arrows F1 team, and this bloke bounced off and then did the same with the NASCAR team as well. So there's a lot of like this history of just the sponsors not existing in Formula 1, but coming on to subliminal advertising in it. Tobacco advertising's illegal, in sport, in motorsport as well.
Generally, though, now as well in the UK at least.
Yeah. It is. It's illegal. However, tobacco companies have found a way to get around it in Formula 1. Marlboro did it a couple of seasons ago. On the top of the Ferrari cars, there was a barcode. What looked like a barcode, just white painted on the red Ferrari. But when the car was moving fast, which, I mean, I'm not sure if you've seen Formula 1 before, but they quite frequently do. Like, it's one of the things they do is go fast.
The good ones, anyway, the good drivers.
Yeah, the decent ones. If they're not going sideways, backwards, or upside down, which is all extremely entertaining
up a wall.
Yeah, I mean, it's all entertaining. Or through a tyre wall, or maybe into the pit and take out most of your team members. I don't know. It all happens. But if you're going fast in a straight line, or even around corners, I mean, there are corners on racetracks, so don't just go fast in a straight line. That will result in probably an early finish to your race. But when they were moving, these barcodes turned into the Marlboro logo. So, yeah, it is clever. And obviously, it didn't take too long for authorities to get wind of that and be like, nah, you can't do that. That's not right. But another way they've found around it is to set up organisations that the tobacco companies own and advertise those organisations. And this happens a lot. Minnow Winnow currently advertising on Ferraris is the same sort. They went for the same sort of thing as the Marlboro one, but just turned the badge on its side, and then same thing when it's moving fast. Could see this logo. Also, they a front for British American Tobacco. So like fan companies are still finding a way to advertise.
But what's the point in advertising that though? Because then you've got to be in on the joke. So what's in it for them?
I thought that.
I mean, I've always wondered why I put adverts on race cars anyway, because really you're only going to see them at the stop and start, and when they pull into the pit. Because I mean, if the people at the event, let's say, who go just literally just flicking their heads,
but they're not your audience, though, are they?
No, I know, but still, it just seems a weird place to advertise. Like round the edge of a football pitch makes sense. It's stationary.
It does.
And I know that the cameras track the cars, but it still seems kind of shit as a way to advertise.
Not really, because
whereas if they put it on the tarmac,
they do put it on the tarmac. There are sponsors along the track, but it's not just the initial race, is it? It's all the pictures that are on the internet after. It's all the pictures that are in the papers and everything. You've basically got a massive free advert in every copy of the paper if your car's got a picture in the newspaper. Like, you're right. Like, if you're sat there at the race, however, if you ever go to a Formula One event, like I've been to one, you are absolutely rammed with advertisements the entire weekend. Like, if you go and do any sort of grid walk or pit walk or anything like that, like, it's just branded shit fucking everywhere. It's thrust into your eyes. Like,
so that it's at every picture opportunity.
Absolutely. Yeah, you couldn't take a picture somewhere without being able to spot 3 or 4 advertisements. Even if it's not like hung up or stuck up or a piece of merch, it's someone wearing clothing. Like, how dare people wear clothing? Like, you fucking sick fuck. But yeah,
and it's paid to get in there as well, and they're wearing clothes.
Yeah, absolute scumbags. I got hit by a woman in a car at Silverstone when I was crossing the campsite to get to the track, and she obviously wasn't camping there because she looked like a rich cunt and she was driving a Rexton, which I don't think they exist anymore, but they made really weird sort of SUV 4x4s for the time. And this silly cunt, I think I'm allowed to call her that, because I was about 13 and she was about 45. I was crossing through the car park in the campsite. She just drives into us, hits us, knocks us on my arse, looks to make sure I'm not underneath the car, and then just drives away. Didn't stop, didn't put window down, didn't ask how I was. I was just like on the deck with a sprained ankle, like, what the fuck is going on here? And that's when I realised the class war is real, people. Eat the rich. I don't know where else I can go with this. Did you watch the breatharianism video?
I watched a little bit of it, but I was planning on watching it today, and then we changed what we was going to do the episode on. So I didn't watch any more of it.
We'll do.
I watched a snip of it last night, but then no more.
Right.
Well, I've got a question for you then.
All right. I've got a little couple bits. Go on.
When you're at school, back to school again, not to do with the Harry Potter, but like the trendsetter kids, like, were they being paid by someone? Like, now we've got Instagram influencers and general influencers, but were the kids at schools who either weren't real children and were some form of weird, maybe robot, maybe a young-looking adult, weird kind of person who comes into school and maybe they're only there for a few weeks and they're the ones who introduce kids to smoking, or you've got the other ones that would be there and they'd always been there, but all of a sudden, when you're around 10, all of a sudden they're really like switched onto what's cool. And they're like them fucking jelly alien things you get in an egg, and then all of a sudden everyone's got all of them. And like, how did them kids find out about that? Like, this is what I don't understand about. This is what things like young people now aren't going to get in it. Kids now aren't going to get, because everything seems to come from what they see on social media and what's popular there. But where did all that come from? Because it couldn't have been in. Because I remember the sort of kids that would be like, yeah, this is fucking sick. Look at this. They like, I was a clever kid and I wasn't reading, so I know that these ones weren't reading, and they weren't seeing it in magazines and that. So what were they? How did that were they part of the marketing thing? Are the schools in on it?
In a word, yes. The entire school system is a shill operation. There are paid actors in every school. All schools are actually run by brands. It could be toy brands. It could be, in our school, the things that went round, and these were 2 or 3 things that in a row got banned swiftly, and it was in quick succession as well. Like, it was almost as if the kids of the school were trying to stay ahead of the teachers on what we could have in school. First thing was those necklaces of candy, because we used to ping them off at each other. Yeah, and then some kid got hit in the eye, so obviously they're banned at school. The next thing was toxic wastes. Do you remember the toxic waste sweets?
Yeah, they come in a little bin thing.
Right. So if you ate enough of them at once, they'd make the top of your mouth bleed because they were so acidic. So right. We'd have competitions at dinner time to see just how many of those you could eat in one sitting before your mouth started pissing with blood. So obviously they got banned. And then the third thing was those. Do you remember polo orbs? The little tiny. They had like little plastic, like they look like clear ball bearings. They were like yeah, like a clear, almost like a little tiny ball, plastic ball that just had little bursts of like minty liquid inside, right?
I don't remember them.
Polo orbs. Now inside those, like I say, strong minty liquid, or at Bishop Barrington Secondary School, pepper spray. So what we'd do at dinner time is have like one person sits either side of a table. We've each got a box of polo orbs, and one at a time we're going to ping them at each other's eyes until someone stops. Until someone goes, right, no more polo orbs. I can't see. This hurts. I want me mum. And that happened. I reckon we had that for about 2 weeks before about 2 or 3 kids got sent home with, very clear eye damage, because that fucking shit was not meant to be anywhere near your eyes. And they got banned. But again, like, all these things were fads that came in, and I agree, like, this is a shell operation. Like, these were set up. I remember the first lad that came into school, in my school, with blonde tips in his hair. And the lads are like, all right, now all the cool lads are going to have to get the fucking shitty condom cap put on, the hair picked through the condom cap, and get all the blonde tips in their hair. Which, yeah, I did that as well. I looked like a fucking idiot for about 3 months. And what? I'm not afraid to say it. But shills, mate, are commonplace. And this is one of the things I think about conspiracy as well. Like, how many people that provide alternative science are just backed to say that? Are paid to say that, because there's some sort of, it's better to create some sort of conflict, and you can create some sort of sales there, or stir some sort of market and following there that you can then manipulate for your own good. Like, because they've got to get funding from somewhere. Where does their money come from?
And it can't just be from merchandise straight away. You see, some of them have been doing it for years before it really takes off.
If you've got people that are like,
well, you've got that whole idea that fucking Alex Jones is actually just Bill Hicks.
Yeah, no, he's not though.
Like, and that could be where he's got the money from. You know.
No, well, yeah, he's got money because he's been plugging away for time. But like,
or even before that though, to start everything up, before he was, because he used to be Bill Hicks, and then he put on a bit of weight, refused to age for 5 years before he started aging, and then
have you ever seen
his voice and face?
I can tell you that the reason I know he's not Bill Hicks is Doug Stanhope did a show years ago. Have you ever seen Doug Stanhope stand up? I
don't think so. I don't recognise the name.
Top 5 favourite comics of all time. Like, he's unbelievable. He had Alex Jones open a show for him. Both the funniest and most ridiculous idea I've ever seen executed. Because Alex Jones spent 15 minutes completely riling up a crowd, pissing off a troop in the audience, starting a fight, and then Doug Stanhope's set started with him diffusing the situation. By the way, Doug Stanhope pulls an absolute blinder and has the crowd eating out the palm of his hands about 3 minutes in. He milks it and he turns what could have been a catastrophe into a hilarious set. But I can tell that weren't Bill Hicks, because Bill Hicks can control a crowd better than Alex Jones did. And Jesus Christ, he went out there. It's worth a watch. It's on YouTube. After this, fucking watch it. It's just not the way to start a comedy gig, but also the best way.
What a great way to make people think he's not Bill Hicks.
And this is why I said you can't argue with a conspiracy theorist, because there's always a level where they go, yeah, but what about if he was doing that to do that? I think I had a rounding point somewhere. Did I have a point? Did I have something to close this? I kind of had something to close this. Yeah, I did. And another mobile ads. Mobile games. You see them everywhere. You see them on YouTube videos. A lot. Fucking it's your boy Raid Shadow Legends and all the other ones.
Yeah.
Are they purposefully bad? Reason being that they are absolutely shit. But if you go on fucking YouTube and search for compilations of bad YouTube ads, there's React streamers actually watching hours of YouTube mobile game ads and reacting to them, which is giving them even more free press. And I think that a lot of advertising is shit on purpose, because having a bad advert sells better than having a good advert.
Because you used to get them on telly, didn't you, in them top 50 weirdest adverts and stuff, and that other programme where it would be there's an advert that we did for VD once in the Netherlands, and it was I remember it was a woman sort of cuddling a horse's face, and then it says something like, have you been checked for VD? And that was always in them. That was always in them.
Yeah, but that's not
on,
bad.
Channel 5.
That's not bad. That's very funny. I mean, purposefully.
It's awful though. It doesn't make sense, does it?
Yeah, but
even if you fucked a horse, you're not going to get VD. You go into hospital.
That's not bad though. That's absurd. Absurd is a very effective form of advertising as well, because it's something that sticks in your mind. But a bad advert sticks in your head better than a good one. Everyone bangs on about fucking the John Lewis advert every year. Oh, it's a great advert. Love the John Lewis advert. Bet you more people know the Go Compare adverts.
True.
Because they're fucking shit. And I think that a lot of advertising is bad on purpose, because it angers you into remembering the product. Basically, we're much happier being pissed off at something than pleased about how good something is. And advertisers know that. They want to hate something to remember it, and that's what they do.
It ties in with what you were saying before about fear as well, innit? So when will they start making adverts scary, Jimmy? Bad adverts that are scary,
Don't they already do? Don't they
do
already
you want to buy some polar orbs to protect yourself from Dirty Derek from down?
From the gangs of youths walking around with candy necklaces. They're coming for you. They're going to fucking take your pupils out. I think, don't they already do that? Don't they already bang on about, oh, you're 6 times more likely to die if you do this, or this kills 99% of bacteria that would otherwise shag your gran? Don't they all fucking do that anyway? A lot of them do play on your fucking fears now.
That's not like a proper fear, though, is it? That who's scared of that? Who's scared of, I better fucking clean the top of my bin in case I decide to eat off of there? Only idiots are scared of that sort of stuff. Fucking morons. Because they're fucking weird, or they live too busy of a lifestyle where they can't be arsed cleaning the worktop, and they're like, right, I can't prepare my food on the side here. It's full of pans and dishes, so I'll buy more dishes because they're clean, but I'll because I'm not gonna wash up, obviously, because my house is dirty, and I'll fucking prepare the chicken on the top of the bin. I don't see why that's something to be scared of, innit? But if you've got, you could just there's more to be scared of, and I do think I
Safe
feel as if
style.
advertisers
Safe
and this
style,
is
UK, double glazing, because that's only single glazing, and honestly, most rapes are committed by breaking through single pane windows, so you better get that fixed, shouldn't you, Karen? Fucking hell. Like, whoa.
Did you know that 3 deadbolts isn't enough to keep out big Gaz?
66% of home intruders. Your garage door is accessible to anyone. Today, get a conversion. Yeah, I think
For solar panels, they should do it for solar panels, like just unrelated. Because how can you prove it doesn't work?
What? Just relate two completely unrelated things, and just now buy this.
And then a year later, they could be like, we did a study from some of the money that we made, like we said we would. Turns out we were wrong, but actually we had this good effect where it turned out that by putting solar panels on top of your house, it doesn't stop your goldfish from conspiring against you and recording all your information through your Alexa. But what it actually does is it keeps your house a little bit warmer. Who would have known?
Ta-da! Yeah, but I'd like to see it on really mundane shit like fucking McCain's oven fries protecting you from 5G brainwaves. Wow!
All these people just putting the bags on their head afterwards.
Yeah. Ron Seal does exactly what it says in the tin and also prevents you from the chemtrails. Like, wow, fantastic. This makes your fence 100% chemtrail proof. No aluminium getting through this wood. Tell you that now. Right. So
Kenny's 12-foot fences, because sometimes you don't need to know if the grass is greener.
So the next merch is going to be confirmation cards. That is our marketing to bring this to some sort to segue in the direction of some sort of conclusion. Our marketing ploy is to create confirmation cards of just how bad you are as people, which I'm fucking more than happy to do. What else were we gonna do? What else were we gonna get into into conspiracy advertising? What can we say that your mouse creations protect against?
Bullies at school.
We want them to at least buy it. Come on, at least buy them live for some degree. Fucking hell.
I don't know what it could protect you. It could protect you from anything, whatever it is you're scared of.
I think 5G is a good one. Well, with it being, if you've got the earrings, because they're around your head.
And the magnets, take on the radio waves themselves.
That's it.
And you can, and then it plays back the radio waves back at the 5G masts, which means the 5G masts become 25G masks because it's 5 cubed. Because you've got 2 masks, then it's 125G masks, and the world's just not ready for that. So you'll be able to control all of the 5G sheep.
You need to start making some mouse water bottles for some fluoride water filter bottles. That's what we need. If you can make, or maybe a pouch for Capri Suns, mate. You've got to be able to make a pouch for a Capri Sun out of something. Can we also... I think the closing point of this show will be how Americans say Capri Sun. They say Capri Sun, like the Ford Capri.
It sounds awful.
And I would like to round off this show by saying that is a load of bollocks. You can take that, but I'll take you taking the U out of colour, of favour. I'll take you saying a load of things wrong, but Capri Sun and Capri Sun is... I draw a line there.
Was that a business choice, taking the U out of them words, so that printing costs would be cheaper?
We saw those fucking stupid racist Nazi KKK PR company could scale it down and make it easier for their readers who could just about fucking read and were still writing sentences in their own shit on a wall. For next week, you're going to watch that breatharianism documentary, and we're going to do alternative... Should we do, I want to involve that. I want to involve, weird yoga cults. Should we do, alternative...
Like that Love is Life thing, or whatever it's called?
Things like that. I want to...
Who became a mummy.
Oh, yeah, I want to do... but that's cult. But they're all a little bit... But it's ways...
They're all cultish.
Life betterment-y. But that's not... Doesn't make sense. It's not diet.
Yeah,
it's not a diet.
Like vegans and not...
Yeah.
Mentalists.
People who prescribe to putting a name on what they eat and ingest and what powers them. And that's quite a broad topic, but that's fucking good because... Go on, you're pointing at me.
For the
purpose of the tape, the suspect is pointing at me. If we'd like to continue,
the idea is, what if as a little thing, a little parting gift for the listener, because I'm definitely not going to do this. I might, but I'm probably not going to. What if, right? You get something that you put into water, which is a little centimetre, maybe 5 mil. By 15 mil length of iron.
It's made of mice.
Right? No. Made of solid iron.
All right.
You drop it into water, leave it for a couple of weeks, and come back to the water. And then the iron, if there's something in that water that was made to manipulate your brain, the iron will have changed. Right? And then you take that iron out and you sieve the water and you send it back to the council and you say, look, I'm not drinking this water. It's got the brain chemicals in here. Here's me iron to prove it. And you send it to them. And then they'll be like, right, well, we'll look into this. And then what you've done there is you've saved your neighbours' lives. And all it's cost you is a £2.50 strip of World Around You 5 mil by 15 mil iron.
And I'm selling wax melts out the back of my mum's Nissan Juke, so come get them. I'm selling 6 for a tenner as well. Fuck Cindy.